Yo, Rat Finks, what's up? This is Nick and Homeless Newell here, and we are on day 3 of the International Scout 2 Rust Revival, and he has been very busy. We last left off and we let him start chopping this floor out, and let's see what he's done.
Oh voila, the floor is out. I had to take these cross braces out as well because, well, I think we need new ones. They're pretty bad. So I took that out, got the floor kind of all prepped, and I used this little tool that I modified and sharpened to pop off all of the pinch welds. That worked pretty good with the grinder.
Look at the bucket of metal you got over there. Holy cow.
Yeah, we got a little bit of metal. This caterpillar, wait, is this the caterpillar or the beta pillar? I think it's the B pillar. This was pretty rusted out on this side in here. All this was gone, and so I had to fabricate this. I have learned how to do this fabrication watching a guy named Fitzy on Fitzy Fabrications. It's a YouTube channel. You can check him out. He'll show you how to make parts like this. The kit that we got came with this internal piece, and if you look at when I set it in here, it matches up pretty closely, pretty well to my fabricated piece here. So I'll be able to finish this B pillar corner today and get going on replacing I can never remember what this thing's called. It's called
AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Bonnie White, Jethro Tull. It's somebody that listens to that kind of music.
Rocker.
Yeah. Rocker.
I hardly know her. Anyway, I'll replace the rocker today, and I'm going to try and get the floor roughed in so that we can then set this side down. It'll be stable enough. I can move to the other side, get that one off, fix what needs to be fixed, and then we can put this on our cool rotisserie, and we'll be ready to go. So just give me a couple of hours to get this done, and we'll move on to the other side.
Guys, on a big project like this that we're doing for a customer, I found that being organized is very, 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 very important. And that organization needs to be for not only tracking your time, tracking when you started, when you stopped, what you worked on each day, but also tracking your parts and additional work that you find. So one case in point, we initially had thought about buying a patch kit to repair this back quarter of the fender. But the more we're looking at it, the more we're seeing just how much rot is on it. And kind of up on this corner here, the metal is about half the thickness that it used to be. And these pinholes that are right here are in the same thickness of metal that continues over there. Coupled with the rust up here, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, the time to fix that is going to be probably about 4 hours, maybe 2 to 4 hours of fabrication on his end. And then you got to buy the materials, which is about another 90 bucks, plus the welding wire and the grinding and the sanders and this and that. So when it's all said and done, we're probably going to have about $350 to $500 into that panel. And if you have that much into a panel that's already rusty in a bunch of other spots, why not just spend the $815 and buy a brand new panel, brand new sheet metal? So that's kind of the situation we're in right now, trying to gather up a list of parts and give the customer options to be able to tell us what they want us to do. And funny enough, if we come down to the computer, I was on the website, International Parts America, and that part that Dad just made, yeah, I just found it. I just wasn't looking hard enough, didn't know what it was called. If you look at it here, we have that part listed. It is called the steel front rocker panel corner doorpost braces, aka the dog legs, for a Scout 2. And each one is $189. So with shipping, we're probably going to be looking at close to, you know, $215, depending on how much other stuff you get. Maybe $250. And he's got about 4 hours into it. But the good thing is we got it now. I don't know how long it's going to take to get these, and you know, it's one of those things. It's a learning process. So It looks like they make almost every piece of metal for this car. So if you're restoring a Scout 2, International Parts of America, not a sponsor, but their stuff, we've got it here on the floor. I've got one of their braces right here. This stuff is quality stuff, guys. Thick, way thicker than the factory stuff. Check them out. Okay, guys, the madness continues. We have started to rough fit the rockers. It's two-piece assembly, so you have the outer shell and that inner rail. And that inner rail, what did you say? That's like 3/16?
Yeah.
That's some thick stuff, guys. So we've got rough cuts done so far. We've got a lot of looseness in this assembly and a lot of room and a lot of pieces that are needed, especially this rear brace that goes along this back side where that 90 is along the floor. That is gone, completely gone, and we need that. So he's gonna make some temporary stuff to hold it in place. We've got to compare it to the other side, which is gone. It's rusted out and gone too, but he's just doing some massaging, some rough fitting.
The gap down here from this point to this point that's revealed to this bottom of this door, this was a lot lower. It was probably another 1/4 of an inch lower. Now we're able to put it up where we want it.
Yeah. The biggest issue we were running into was your piece you've made. Just, it's not like perfect. It's roughed in, and you need to
now.
You need to just kind of you had to massage it a little bit.
Yeah, if you look at it now,
rub it out a little.
It's gone up. It's fit in real nice. I just need to do some tack welding, and we're good to go. And then this piece will go on the inside and finish it up.
And hopefully that gives us enough structure, tying this to that we can get this on the rotisserie, so that, because he's getting his butt kicked right now, laying in all this rust and dealing with all this garbage. No, just getting annoyed, getting tired of it. On this backside, we did some rust exploration and found some Bondo. About what would you say, an 1/8 inch right there?
Yeah, or more.
Over an 1/8 inch. Here's the piece. And that's something we're gonna repair. He's gonna hammer that out. He can get to the backside. This rear quarter, we're gonna order that front piece. It's about $54 before shipping. Let's move around to the passenger side. Try to determine if we have to replace this one as well. Hopefully it's like that one on the driver's side. Oh, my knees. Oh, I'm getting old. Should have been on a mat. As you guys can see, we got some filler off of there. Maybe not much filler back here, just some little inconsistencies. These rust holes right here, I'm not too worried about. They don't look cancerous. Just looks like they didn't prep it that well. It doesn't look like we'll need to replace this back lower quarter. But we'll definitely need to replace this one because it is trashed. Let's come back around and see what Homeless Newell's thinking.
I want to get a patch panel for this.
Yep.
Not gonna get a new one of these. 900 is too much.
Yeah.
So we'll just patch this. We'll treat the rust. We'll get it prepped and primer the inside or whatever, and that'll be fine. That one I'm gonna fix. I don't need the patch panel. This one, probably easy enough for me to make a repair, but if
$54 bucks.
just get the patch panel for this side and the other side. This we can live with.
Yeah, it's just some body filler.
Yeah, I think.
No, this they've got. This is $99.
Yeah, let's get that.
We do know we need to get a rear support that goes right here in line with it. Watch out, scoot over. We do need to get this rear support that goes right here. It's 5 o'clock. I gotta wrap up another project for another customer. We're gonna have Almost No keep going on this. We're starting to know what parts we want, what parts we need, what we can make, what we can't, and we're starting to get some structure back. He's slowly getting those rockers on that driver's side, and hopefully we can strengthen this thing up so that we can put it on our rotisserie. Here's one half of it right here. a little wishy-washy over here right now. I remember in day 1, 2, and 3, we talked about taking the top off. And we also talked about getting the roll cage out. And you just watched us speed up, and you just watched us put this roof rack, son of a mother! And you just watched us put this roof back on. What the heck, you guys are thinking? Well, let's show you why we put it back on. We're getting it in position to go up on the lift, and everything we've said in the previous videos. Yeah, scratch that, because...
That's not true. Don't scratch it. Here's what's going on, folks. When you open this door, watch this right here. How are we supposed to line doors? Initially, we thought about putting a cage, a brace cage in here to hold everything in place. And then Nick said this morning, hey, why don't we just put the top back on? That seems like a good idea. So basically what we're gonna do is eliminate this rocking and rolling by bolting this back together. That'll get us close to where we need, and then we can make adjustments. Look how hard it is to align these doors up. I mean, it's not even...
Here, do that, and I'm gonna show the front side.
Look how hard it is to align this door. Like, I'm not even on the latch, and I can put my whole hand in here. So, yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of support on this, and then once we get the pans done and get everything welded in, we'll have good solid shear, everything will hold together, and we'll be able to line the doors and make it all work. So that's what we're gonna do.
So let's get after it. We're going to put this thing up in the air now. The whole thing, the whole car, for the first time. We're getting the frame, the axles, the body, the roof, everything up in the air. We are up in the air like we just don't care. And now we can get you some good shots of the extent of this structural rust damage. There you can see, guys, we only had 2 out of the 6 body mounts for that body intact. The other 4 up in the front, they were all gone, completely rotten out. The only thing suspending the front of that body where the firewall is was the front clip, and was what?
The only thing holding it together was faith and good luck. That's it.
I think our customer had driven this car a couple of times, and man, one good crash and it probably would have just, like, the body would have gone one way and the frame would have gone another. So we're gonna bring this thing down. Dad's lowering the lift so that we can buzz off the remaining bolts that are kind of, though they're not supporting the car, they are holding us from taking it off. So we're gonna get the bolts off, and then we're gonna start lifting this body off of the frame. Like most of the things on this project, guys, something you think is gonna take about 3 or 4 minutes turns into like a hour-long ordeal. Just taking these rear bolts off, yeah, they're seized in there. Don't cut that. Nope. I don't know what mounts he's got for us. We got the nuts off, we got the bolts to spin with the impact. So, impact, like, that's as far as I got. I need something to hit it through with. Hey, we found the trick, guys. We impact the top side of the bolt because it comes out through the bolt.
Another potato chip.
High in iron, low in calories. He hits it with the impact, gets it to start spinning. That frees the rust off the shank, because that bolt is like like 8 inches long.
You said shake.
And then I come from the underside and hit it up and out.
That sucker is in there.
I need a block. No, it's loose. Unless any of you, if any of you are wondering what that unearthly sound is, it's the transfer case shift lever. As we realized as we were getting this up, we need to pick it from the back and somewhere up there because it'll teeter off that way. Go. Okay, now hold up, I gotta get the fuel filled. Okay, go up. No, I want to see what's going on up over here real quick. Okay, let's go for it. A million years later, guys, I think we're there. Go for it.
This stuff's gonna catch.
Hold up. Yeah, I see that fuel line has to come up and under. Hit it. Stop. Okay. Show you guys a couple of things holding us up in here. So I've got our speedo cable off our transfer case. She's coming out right now. That should be the last thing. Everything else should come with. And there we go. That speedo cable out of there. 3, 2, 1. Can go. Batteries at 1%. We'll see you guys in a second. Okay, friends, you can see. Okay, you can see up there we got the body and the roof back together. And check this out. No ratchet straps, nothing holding it. It works so much better now.
Top's still away, but when we crank up on this, it'll raise it
lift
up.
It. Let's see if you can even lift it at all.
Well, I can't right now.
Because you're supported
but
there.
What I can do, I'll bet you I could do it this way.
Hold up. So, now that that's supported, this has so much more structure to it, which at the beginning of one of the videos I was talking about. I didn't want to take it off the frame and lose structure. Well, just leave the freaking roof on, dingus. So as he was adjusting this front screw jack up, it started closing that gap. So yeah, we've still got a little bit of...
No, while I take it down.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll show
so,
that.
So he's going to come down now and you guys will be able to watch that move.
Did it open?
Uh-huh.
So, if I just...
A minuscule amount, but it did move. So you guys see that this is not that much structure still. And even with that roof on, we've still got quite a bit of play and movement in this body. Pay no attention to this. I know it looks like we did that, but there's rust up in there. That was there already. And this corner back here is actually holding decently well. And also keep in mind, we're replacing these rear corners. Our customer bought new ones. So I'm gonna be crazy and go underneath this rig real quick. Show you guys some of the spots on this body that are structural that we couldn't show you with the frame in place that we are gonna buy on IH Parts as well. Anything under here that's orange, we don't have, and we're planning on getting and replacing due to its structural nature. So this is where the mid body mount goes, kind of behind the front seats, and that you can see is gone. So this whole kind of dog bony looking thing, we're thinking we're getting that whole piece.
If they make it.
They do, but getting it out of there is going to be fun with this stuff.
Well, the thing is, it's all one piece.
Yeah, but they make what they do is they make the end pieces only. You can do just the end pieces. Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
There is some. Yeah, it's kind of thin. It's thin right there for sure. I can almost put my finger through it.
Yeah, I just don't think it's worth. I think
the risk
to get it in. What we'll just cut it into pieces and then weld it back together.
Or just cut this off and weld this back on, because this is pretty flimsy. This whole orange piece is going. These cross braces right here that run on the underside of the floor pans where the front passengers sit and front driver, those are coming too. They didn't come with our kit. I'll talk to IH Parts and see why they didn't come with our kit, and maybe one of the pieces is the piece they want us to use. But I think we're getting those as well. This driver's side is a repeat of the orange ones on the other. And we wanted to show you guys kind of how we've got this positioned right now, this rocker. If you guys look, it's got a slide angle to it. Slightly angled like that. This side also kind of follows this curve, slide angle. And then at the back, it's almost straight or perpendicular with the bottom of the floor. Now he still has some adjusting to do, but it's getting pretty close. If you look, we need to rotate this a hair more, which he has been doing, and we're getting close.
This is all good. I think we leave this,
Save
and
this piece.
I'll just make this piece.
And then what about the?
I don't think it's bad. And even if it is, I could just. I think if we just. No, it's solid. Okay. I think we're okay. We just need to grind it and treat it.
If you guys look on this side, you can see the rocker kind of has an angle to it that way, and then this rail is almost perpendicular with the ground. So he's getting close, and we really like the gap we have along here. It's looking pretty good. The inconsistencies you're probably seeing are this door's a little whoop-de-whooped. All in all, for what it was and where it was, it's gonna be 1,000 times better. So on this frame, I'm just doing a test spot of some orthophosphoric acid, which is the stuff that comes with the POR kit. And I ground this a little bit. I just wanted to see what this frame looked like. I used a flat disc just to get a lot of this chunky, scale off. Got down to this, and we're just doing a test pass to see how this frame looks, and if it's going to be a good candidate for, blasting. We like where we're heading. Probably by the end of the day, or maybe early next, mid tomorrow, we could have that body mounted on the rotisserie, and he could get started on really getting into the spots to weld and whatnot. But the one bummer is we don't have the cross braces. Let's see what Homeless Newell says. What's your plan?
I would like to leave it on the lift because we have a lot of control and adjustment that we can kind of tweak the body and make it go. Once we put it on the rotisserie, we won't have the same amount of torque. I'll replace the rocker panel on this side and maybe put the floors in, and then once we do that, then I think we could take the top off and put them on the rotisseries and go for it.
Our main priority now, I do other repairs and I have other customer stuff I need to work on, but our main priority is getting this thing in a structural, getting it structural before he leaves to start a job on 31st next Monday. So if this has to be on the lift the rest of the week, so be it. It's gotta get done.
This turned out a lot better than I expected.
Putting the roof on?
Putting the roof on and putting it back on the lift.
Well, and I'm
not sure how this door. Oh my gosh, the door is. I mean, it drops a little bit, but
that's because
because
It's the hinges are kind of loose.
no,
It's worn
because
out.
this whole front is moving, but it doesn't move much. And the fact that I can just shut it without having to lift it up.
Yeah,
it
it's not
wasn't
like 2 inches away on the top and
yeah,
touching on the bottom.
It wasn't like that. This is the first time it's done it that we've seen it that way.
My 1995 two-door Jeep Cherokee that you guys may have seen on the channel is way worse than that, so we should be good. So here's my phosphoric acid one more time. It's looking pretty good. That basically converts the rust into some other weird chemical name. I don't know. I ain't a chemist. I'm no alchemist, but I just want to see what that looks like. And yeah, I have my POR 15 kit coming in a couple of days, and we're gonna get rolling. We got Dad up here doing a little bit of cutting and butting. No way, you need the grinder.
I'm trying to do a tighter cut.
What do you think?
Well, it worked here, but I'm gonna have to grind out a little bit more.
Check that piece out, guys. That's going in nice. While he continues with that, me and Tickler Taylor are gonna push this. Me and my brother-in-law Taylor are gonna push this out. See if we're strong enough to move it. I should have brought a wheel chock. Go grab my wheel chock. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's set you guys right here. You think we're strong enough? Just go like this. Probably. You think so? No way. Oh my gosh. We are sexy bees! Sexy bees! Sexy bees! That's what happens when you have a real man for a brother-in-law. He's been doing some more tacking and welding, and he has just roughly set these floors in place. Now he's gonna move them. See if we can get it up and behind it.
That?
I think so.
Push and...
Yeah.
Okay.
We got this tacked in. A little bit of paint to protect it for now on it. This tack's up in here. It's up in there and ground down. He's gonna come down and put these in. Well, it's almost the end of the day. Actually, it's 7 o'clock. A little past the end of the day. Helping a brother-in-law out, and left Dad all alone to go down the rabbit hole of trying to get the door and the striker to line up. Yeah, that turned into a bit of a clusterfunk. So you can see we got the door off. We did some shimming. The shimming didn't really help. Got the hinges on, and things were going kind of weird. So got the door back together just the way it came from the factory. See if we can get it a little better with just the two of us putting it back on. So let's see.
Come on that way. It's got to really lift up. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it anymore.
Yeah, why is it so fat? I don't get it.
How
is it on the other side?
It's a little tighter, but it's dropping too. So watch what happens when I open it. See that?
Okay,
That's
close
not
it.
supposed to.
You know what I think the problem is? I think you're supporting it in the middle. So let's put the jack under here and just support right here and see if maybe
support there. That pushes this way.
I feel you.
Which is probably okay.
I feel you. Let's just try. Let's experiment a little. Let's just experiment a little and see if we're potentially just binding up because we're holding it in bad spots. Okay.
That works on this side. Makes this thing perfect.
Something ain't right. I'm not sure about the souch. There's a steering shaft there. Go for it.
Here, you drop it for a second. I want to see what's going on. Keep going down. Okay, stop. That's almost perfect, right?
Yeah.
Pretty freaking good.
The other door was like that too before you
No,
welded
it
it.
wasn't. It has never been like that. Something's really messed up with this door. And I'm not going to spend any more time. We're going to need to buy 2 new hinges. I'm not going to spend any more time on it. Like, I've lost 4 hours on this door today. And I'm not going to spend another minute on the door.
Just hop out for a second.
Nick, it's not fixable.
Okay, I get it.
Let me tell you why, okay? And just come out for a second so I can point this out to you, okay? When the door is shut, the gap here, you can put your finger in it. It was like that when we got the car, okay? I have done everything. I have torqued and pulled and twisted. I've moved this forward and it will not, I cannot close the gap. There's nothing, if I pull this bottom down here, which I can do, because essentially if I cut this off and this off, this whole thing moves. I want to stop for now. But
So,
like you can see that this door, there's no more adjustment for this door. There's nothing I can do to adjust. I can't make it go up higher. I've shimmed it this way. It didn't fix it. It made the bottom too tight and the top too far. So I shimmed it and tweaked it this way, and then the thing drops. And then I try to pick the whole thing up, and it won't go. So something is majorly wrong.
well, there you have it, guys. End of day 4, and we got a bad door problem. Pain in the butt. Well, we'll stick through it. Peace.